Welcome to Mystic Moons. Today was very eventful around the world. And I think that we should take a very studied and careful psychic trip to a region that is currently quite disturbed. So, welcome to Mystic Moons and our journey into political tarot. Today we're going to hop in our invisible, visible ship of psychic ether and esoteric wonderment, and we're going to go to the Middle East. So be prepared, and let's take this exploration seriously. Let's give our hearts and our souls and our ether to an esteemed psychic who is no longer with us, but her words still ring in the ears and hearts and papers, books of this reality. Her name is Baba Vanga. Baba Vanga is a famous psychic, a famous spiritualist. So let's get close with her, because she has some frightening prediction about today's events. Today, as you know, Syria has fallen. I said that. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? That's where Baba Vanga comes into play. So, my subscribers, come on this journey with me. Let's guide each other. Let's hold each other. And to newcomers, welcome. Let's all take this trip, this exploration, and see where does her prediction come into play, if it comes into play. Baba Vanga has been accurate. She's called the Notre Dame of Bulgaria. She was born 1911. She passed away 30 years ago, I think 1996. And she was well known. She was an herbalist. She was a psychic. Many people came to her for guidance. She was beyond well known. She's famous. Even after her death, she predicted things in the future. She was almost like a time leap person. In fact, she was able to leap through time and talk about, set down guidelines, set down events. She predicted Princess Diana's passing. She predicted the 9/11. She predicted quite a few things. She's a very interesting intellect, heart, soul, consciousness. So, Syria, you think, Syria's over in the Middle East, and you read all the things in the paper and stuff like that, like it's run by a despot. They've been having civil war for about 12 years, a dozen years, easy. As well as other countries have been having civil war too. Is often not spoken of in this country, in the USA anyway. The point is, Baba Vanga said the day that Syria falls will be the spark, the trigger that sets off a global war. And so far, it's happening. It's on. Syria is located in the Middle East, right? On one side, they have Turkey, which is about in the north. On another side, they have Iraq, which is in the east. And they have Lebanon in the southeast and they have Israel in the southwest. So you can see the location, right? You can see where it's located. And you can understand that it is, and it also is affiliated with Russia. So far now, Russia has wars on three fronts, quite a few areas, and this is another one. In fact, their previous president has fled and has sanctuary in Russia. So even though Russia didn't come to the aid of the ousted president of Syria, they're harboring him, which means they're planning. In the meantime, Israel and the United States fighters, B 52s, are in Syria right now, cleaning up, being the clean crew. They're bombing the place back to the Stone Age. Another place being bombed to the smithereens. Now, this is not going to sit right, is it? Here we are up and above it all. We're thinking about holidays. And what better time to strike a country, a people, than during their celebration, their so-called peacetime? They're all ready for Christmas. They're all ready for Eid. They're ready for whatever, holidays. Cheers, New Year's. What a way to start the New Year's. What a way for anyone to start the New Year's. Now, let's pick up on Baba and see if Baba's prediction has legs, has weight. Not everything she predicted was true, but she's hit a lot of topics. She scored a lot of goals. I don't mean goals. I mean targets. She's been spot on, which is why she's known to be the Nostradamus of that area, the Balkans. And where did the last two wars occur? In that area. Poland, Austria, former Yugoslavia, Georgia, that whole area, all those countries. It seems to be like a colonialistic grab bag. Of course, we know why. It has to deal with probably resources, right? Resources. Now, let's see how. Now, Baba. Let's see now. These cards I like for esoteric reasons because they're interpretive, more interpretive. Now, let's see now. Such a woman with such energy, such feeling. We have one card here. Now, does the fall of Syria trigger, as Baba said? Is it going to trigger World War III? And right now, as I mentioned, the United States is over there with their B-52s cleaning up, as they say, taking out the trash, which is a nasty thing to say, but that's the attitude. So eager to war, pain, suffering, so eager. Isn't that demonic? So eager to cause pain and death and destruction. And going out of your way, not even when there's Philadelphia, there's New York City, there's Chicago, there's North Carolina. Those people aren't getting any help. No. Have to go all the way away. Why is this the destructive urge? Why is it so strong? I took 5 cards out. Now let's see. All right, the first one. Wait a minute. Turn it around. I think I have to turn them all around. Maybe. All right. Now, we have here the Hang One. It's a situation that cannot be resolved just like that. And it also is for deliberation. Well, and it's an anchor. We see here an anchor. It could just be the trigger. This is almost like having a bullet in your hand, right? An anchor, because it's holding something. There's definitely meaning. You cannot, because of its location, it's strategically important. And here we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands, the place is burning. It's a burning issue. Doesn't look good, does it? No. How can a country that falls to ambiguous or duplicit rebels, any country that falls into anarchy and chaos is not good. And this is what the Ten of Wands reflects. The Ten of Wands. And here we have the Five of Wands. Burning, burning, the burning. It's definitely a bad sign. It's a bad sign. And we have here the Ten of Coins. The Ten of Coins. Is this a good Ten of Coins? Is this like, or does this represent the 10 other countries to take over? 1 down, 2 down. We count them up. And we have the Nine of Wands. So we have the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Five of Wands. It's a fiery situation of which there isn't much resource for other than what's happening already. There's too much insanity. So you can say, even though this is Baba's prediction, it opens the door to more arms dealing. Of course, arms dealing could be the wealth in here. Let's check out this ten of coins, which is really like the 10 of pentacles. Let's see what kind of atmosphere that has. Let's see if it's truly that even though the prediction was made decades ago, decades, is it real? Is it something that could bring, and a little bit more information, is the fact that Syria is a trigger, and Syria brings the East and the West to warfare, and the West loses. We lose. The West loses. That's what she said. She said, we lose. The West, NATO and the United States lose in this fight. And she leaves it kind of cryptically, too. She often says, let me see. She says, a great war will happen in the spring, and it will destroy the US. It will destroy us. The fate, in other words, she's saying the fate of Syria is the fate of the world. So right now, as the Syrians are getting bombed out, destroyed, that is what we can look forward to in this coming year. And she's saying soon, in the spring. In the spring, she's saying. That's creepy, isn't it? It's very, very creepy. The fate of Syria is the fate of the world. Now this, I doubt, of course I don't know, but did she actually ever travel to Syria to make these comments or these feelings? She said, in fact, Baba lost her sight at 12 years old, but she wasn't going to have a life of being a crippled and a dependent. No, she said, losing my sight, my eyesight, gave me more power psychically, more spiritual energy. So that's how she dealt with her disability. That's how she dealt with it. She said, I have more energy. My huge kitty wants to get involved in this. No. Well, the fate of Syria is the fate of the world. And she also said something other cryptic thing. She said, what did she say? Let me think. She said Syria will fall at the feet of the winner. But the winner will not be the one who destroys. Will not be the one. In other words, whoever is, Syria is meant to fall, she said. And she said, Syria will fall at the feet of the winner, but the winner will not be the one to reap the benefits. There are no benefits. He will not be the one. She also said all of Europe will be gone, more or less. It's very, very eerie type of prediction. And somebody seems about keen on testing if she's right. If she's right. It's on. As of, right now, they're fighting. They're fighting. The airports, Aleppo, the city of Aleppo is gone. The leader has fled the country. And is that something to rejoice? We have here the 10 of coins. Let's look at that. Well, we have the 8 of swords. Not very pleasant. We have here the tower. Look at this. 10 of coins. The tower. This is not a good tower. An 8 of swords. It's a random cards. And then we have the sun. Look at this sun. So, in this 10 of coins, we have perilous situation. We have the fall. And then we have a little momentary, somebody's happy. Well, of course, the West is like overjoyed that Syria has fallen. However, are they paying attention to maybe someone who has a glimpse into the future? Nah, they go, it's a woman. It's a woman, so who cares what she thinks? She's like long gone. But humans are gifted. It looks like, to me, the 10 of wands, the 5 of wands, the hangman. Look at this energy level. This energy level is like this, the 4 of wands. I read this wrong. The 4 of wands. The door for peace? Nah. Let's look at that one. Right away, we see like the 10 of wands, the 10 of coins, rather. The 10 of coins is not, it's not a very good one. It's not very well aspected. And the hangman is obvious. The 5 of wands and the 10 of wands. Let's look at one more thing here. Let's look at the 4 of wands. Could this be something that's trying to be held together? I mean, somebody's really trying to like fulfill prophecies. And that's weird. It's very, very weird. And to you to time to even know about these prophecies requires a certain that you can afford to have time that you can read, that you could books, go through this, go through that. A certain kind of so let's look at this Four of Wands. It's a little doorway. I think it's rapidly closing, rapidly, because Syria is being demolished. She was very adamant about Baba Vanga. She was very adamant about the fall of Syria being the fall of the rest of the world. What would happen? The fate of Syria. And here we have the Lovers. And we have Judgment. Well, I don't know what to make of this one. We have Judgment, Lovers of Life. Now is the time when we should be really on, calling for peace and the end of this destruction, and stop thinking it's not happening in my backyard. It's not happening here. But even though a lot of prophecies you can just tell that as this war continues, as the United States is supplying weapons to Ukraine to hit Russia, right? And the United States is up there against the government of Lebanon. When we should be, not Lebanon, Syria. Oh, Lebanon too, of course. But why do we have all this chaotic? Can't we just bring in the love of the caring of the human race? Isn't that important? It seems like it's a forgotten message. Now, right now, it seems to be a narrow door, and it's becoming closed. And the fact that there's no restraint, there's no people's choice. Are we, the American people, allowed or even said to permit that to happen in our name? There's no word on it. No word whatsoever. In fact, what do we have? We have other things to talk about, other things. And they're all quite nonsensical or perverted, as opposed to the huge perversion that's happening right now in the country of Syria. Now, I'm not tied to the region, except in a humanitarian way. Women and children, old people, young people, all people, things are being destroyed. Why? To build them again? I mean, you can't make lives. Why? That's the question. Why? So that's a question we'll have to ask and wait and see. But I see that, unfortunately, it seems as though her prediction is well on its way to becoming something that we're going to have to deal with. And soon. Do you trust others to make decisions in your name? No. So it's like somebody took your credit card and just had a spree, a spending spree. Or they went and had, they took your kitchenware, your knives and stuff, and went out and used it as weapons. I mean, isn't that kind of the same thing? Oh, and of course, on a much grander and unfortunately bigger scale. But the war is going tumbling into chaos quickly. So fast that many people are not even grasping what's happening. So let's mourn destruction, loss of life. And let's pray for peace. And let's do more than pray for peace. Let's clamor for peace. If it's possible, a resolve to this conflict. Don't we have organizations that are supposed to, like the UN or something, are supposed to be advised of why this chaos is happening? Anyway, it looks like Baba Vanga prediction is well on its way. First part is over. We'll have to see. But it seems like somebody's playing out a sick game. All right. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to end this. And pay attention to what's happening over there, because it's going to happen everywhere. It's happening everywhere. We have right now currently, I guess, 50 countries that are in chaos with its civilian population. 15 countries, 15. I could name them all, but you can look them up yourself. And what is the purpose? What is the purpose? That's what you got to ask yourself. What is the purpose? What is the goal? What is the goal? What is the goal? And remember, she said the winner, the fall of Syria, will not be at the feet of the one who is the winner. Get that? Okay. Well, see you again. Thank you. And comment, and what do you think about the predictions of Baba Vanga? Let's get back in our comfortable seats for now and head out and leave this poor torched area of the world. Torched area. And let's take a bit of this famous psychic's words, feelings, a piece of her ether. Take it with us and reflect on it. Where are we going with this? Okay, until the next time. Thank you very much.